Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I'm your host, Mark Francis. Meghan appears to have entered what fans are now cheekily calling a breakfast war with Gwyneth Paltrow, after a seemingly pointed exchange of lifestyle videos sparked speculation of simmering tensions between the two Montecito neighbours. It all began when Gwyneth posted a casual, makeup-free breakfast reel from her own kitchen. The Goop founder, clad in pyjamas, prepared bacon, eggs, and gluten-free buttermilk biscuits to the tune of Natalie Cole's "This Will Be an Everlasting Love," the same track used in promotional material for Meghan's "With Love Meghan." The not-so-subtle similarities did not go unnoticed. Viewers praised Paltrow's laid-back, unfiltered approach, with one fan writing, "That's how to be relatable, Meghan." Another added, "Gwyneth Paltrow continues to throw shade and I'm here for it." In response, Meghan appeared to fire back with two videos on her Instagram stories. Filming behind the camera, she giggled with friend Kelly McZee-Zafjan as the pair assembled a reinvented banana split breakfast using banana slices, yogurt, jam, fresh fruit, and granola. Meghan tagged her brand, as ever, writing, "When one of your besties reinvents a banana split for breakfast." But the post wasn't flawless. Some fans noted that Meghan repeatedly placed her finger over the camera lens, partially obscuring the view. Still, the message seemed clear. She was engaging, if subtly, in a bit of tit-for-tat breakfast branding. Meghan is also being criticised for her handwriting following a critical review of her Netflix series With Love Meghan by podcaster Amanda Hirsch. The Duchess sent a handwritten note that has since become the subject of intense analysis and speculation. The note, elegantly penned on stationery embossed with Meghan's royal cipher, read, "Dear Amanda, I heard you were feeling scared. Don't be. This is the fun part. Let's enjoy it. As ever, Meghan." While Hirsch was moved by the gesture, calling herself a fan for life and sharing the card with her 890,000 Instagram followers, others were less convinced. Leading British handwriting expert and consultant graphologist Tracy Trussell called Meghan's penmanship unauthentic and contrived. Trussell concluded that the Duchess has an unusual calligraphic style, suggesting she is projecting a cultured image through a manufactured persona style of handwriting, which he says lacks soul. She added, "It's all about producing a polished performance, but it's very much style over substance, a pseudo-sophistication." According to Trussell, the laboured penmanship masks underlying feelings of inadequacy and showing a perfectionist streak. She noted that the large dramatic flourishes, particularly on capital letters, indicate immense pride and vanity as well as a craving for respect. The big arched loops, like umbrellas on the capitals, not only show pride in her far-reaching ambitions, but also self-protection, showing her apprehension in the face of anything new. Further, she claimed the clockwork regularity of the writing reveals Meghan's intolerant, demanding side and stiff, inflexible approach to life, while the way she joins the letters G and H in her name demonstrates a progressive, goal-oriented approach, as well as sensitivity, and the way her family provides an essential route for her security. Publicity expert Mark Borkowski offered a more strategic interpretation, suggesting the letter was straight out of the PR playbook. He said, "Meghan is at a crossroads. The well of sympathy she once drew from is running dry, and the PR playbook of handwritten notes and authentic vulnerability is starting to feel like a well-rehearsed script. The noise is deafening, but the signal, the compelling reason for her continued relevance, is fading." Borkowski also pointed to the connections between Hirsch's Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast and Meghan's wider media circle. The podcast, produced by Dear Media, a firm described as dedicated to amplifying women's voices, recently featured Meghan's longtime friend and makeup artist Daniel Martin, who also appeared on episode 1 of With Love Meghan. Former Vanderpump Rules star Stassi Schroeder, another vocal Meghan supporter, was a guest last year. Borkowski observed, "When you weave all the connecting threads together, a burgeoning podcaster under the wing of a savvy media firm, strategic guest appearances by close associates of high-profile individuals, and the Kardashians' calculated media engagements, it does paint a picture of a constructed narrative. It's hard not to see this as a strategic play to generate buzz. The fingerprints suggest it's her peculiar art of controlled chaos. She has two main options: double down on the media machine or step back and recalibrate." As bad press goes, Meghan may be happier to discuss her handwriting than her rumoured Messiah complex. In his new book, Yes Ma'am, The Secret Life of Royal Servants, Tom Quinn draws on interviews with former and current staff at royal residences to paint a picture of Meghan's turbulent time within the House of Windsor. Several of the aides that I spoke to, as well as the more junior staff, said that Meghan had what they called a Messiah complex. Quinn told Fox News Digital. I think what they meant was that as a working royal, she could save all the people whose lives were difficult. She could help with all the sorts of problems, including poverty. She had this sense that came from a very good motivation, that she could change the world for the better. They felt she had these grand ideas, but there was no way a single person could do what she wanted to do. And I think there was also a suspicion that Meghan was trying to be more like William and Harry's mother, Princess Diana, that she was trying to do the same thing. One staff member reportedly quoted Meghan as saying, "What Diana started, I want to finish," suggesting to some that the Duchess aimed to become a modern-day globe-trotting champion of the marginalised. Another insider said she seemed focused on how she could become the best-known and most loved member of the royal family. Former Vanity Fair editor Graydon Carter has told Page Six that Meghan believes she landed the cover of the magazine for her charity work, not her relationship with Prince Harry. Carter explained, "Jane Sarkin, who booked our covers, came in and said, 'We should do a cover on Meghan Markle.' I said, 'I have no idea what that is. Why should we do a story on her?' So she said, 'Because she's going to marry Prince Harry.'" According to Carter, the future Duchess of Sussex told the reporter, "Excuse me, is this going to be all about Prince Harry? Because I thought we were going to be talking about my charities and my philanthropy." Carter observed, "This woman is slightly adrift on the facts and reality." Even a Catholic priest is criticizing Meghan. In a scathing YouTube video, Father Brendan Kilcoyne describes various scenes from Meghan's show to his audience, ranging from her beekeeping to creating bath salts and getting pretzel snacks ready for her friend. He pointed out the mother of two's blindingly white and pristinely clean bee suit, despite the former actress claiming she had been collecting her own honey for a year. Discussing Meghan's relationship with the royal family, the priest also urged his audience to drink the mediocrity and savor the narrow escape that one of the most distinguished royal lines in the world has just had. Father Kilcoyne found the program to be bloody awful. Meghan's upcoming Lemonada podcast had increasingly been criticized as it is scheduled to be released at the same time the King is visiting the Pope. However, this trip has now been postponed, although the wider trip to Italy is still scheduled. Among the planned highlights is a rare and symbolic joint flypast over the Eternal City, a state banquet of some splendor, and a visit of historic significance to the Papal Basilica of St. Paul's outside the walls. This would mark the first occasion a reigning British monarch has visited the site since the Reformation, an event laden with ecclesiastical and diplomatic resonance. Coinciding with the visit is a rather personal milestone for their Majesties, the 20th anniversary of their marriage. That opens up another subplot, as it is believed Harry is not a big fan of Camilla. It appears we'll have plenty to talk about. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a review of 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. And we'd love you to check out one of our other sister podcasts called Daily Comedy News. It's a podcast about comedians. It covers Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, John Mulaney, Kevin Hart, and all the others. It's just a daily roundup of all the latest news in comedy, comedy TV shows, comedy movies, Netflix specials, stand-up comedy, and late-night show recaps from Trevor Noah's Daily Show, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, and more. And it's hosted by the man behind the writing of this show, John McDermott. He goes by Johnny Mac. Check it out. Daily Comedy News, wherever you get your podcasts like this one. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to Johnny Mac. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.